Hey, how you doing? Scotty from scotsbasslessons.com. If you haven't been to the website yet, make sure you do so straight after this lesson, because there is hours and hours and hours of free lessons just like this, from beginner right up to turn your brain into juice. So there will be something there for you. And if you subscribe when you get over there as well, you'll get access to the backing track library, so you can download the track that I've just been playing along with. And also there's over 100, I think, other tracks on there, and you'll get access to the member free goodies as well. So shoot over there after this lesson. This lesson, I want to talk about practice logs. I've got a lot of students that come to me that are dedicated, they're practicing every day, they're putting in the work, but they're not seeing the results that they deserve. And I think one of the big things that can cause this is if you're not making practice diaries or practice logs, depending on what you want to call them, but you're not taking note of what you're practicing every day on a day-to-day basis. And it basically, you kind of, without doing it, without planning your practice and keeping a practice diary, it's kind of trying to walk to your walk to your friend's house without even thinking about what you're doing or where you're going. You're just kind of meandering along. You need to write down a practice diary, what you've been practicing and what you're going to practice. Okay, what you've been practicing and what you're going to practice, and what you've been practicing should reflect what you're going to practice as well. You should look at the things that are really working for you, and this is what keeping a practice diary does. If you've been practicing something, if you've been practicing a certain arpeggio exercise or a certain technique exercise, and you can feel a change in your technique, do more of it. It gives you something to look back at and think, okay, that's really worked, I'm going to do more of that. And on the other side of the scale, if you've been going over and over and over something and it's just not sinking in and you don't seem to be making progress with it, then you can look back at your practice diary and think, well, I've been practicing that for a month, I'm getting nowhere with it. Why? It gives you the opportunity to think, okay, well, that's not working, I'm not going to do it for another month and just see no results again. I need to do something about it. I need to change what I'm doing, the way I'm thinking about it, the way I'm working on it. Something needs to change. Okay, there's no point just flogging a dead donkey, just hoping that it's going to change, because it's not. The practice diary gives you the ability to look back at what you've been doing and therefore plan what you're going to do in the future as well. And just a little tip on practicing, I like to split my practice time into scales and arpeggios, then I'll work on musical language, transcribing, and I'll have I'll work on one thing for say half an hour, then another thing for half an hour, and I'll have these specific times set up that I'm working on things, instead of just picking up your bass and playing and thinking, oh, I'm going to practice today, but then you pick up your bass and you wonder, oh, well, what am I going to practice today? Oh, I heard that tune. Have goals. And the cool thing about this is, the super cool thing is, by having goals and keeping this diary, it'll give yourself like a reward system almost, because you'll be working on something and then you'll get it and you'll be like, excellent, now that's worked, move on to the next thing. It's like, it is a reward system. It gives the ability to see when you are making progress, because a lot of the time, if you just picked up your bass and you just, you haven't really got a plan and you're just playing away, well, that's when you feel like you've just been stuck in a rut for 6 months, 12 months. Some people, 5, 10 years, they'll feel like their bass playing hasn't moved on at all. And that can be, this can be a big problem, because you just feel demotivated. So keep a practice log, look back at what you've been doing. It'll give you a great way of checking what's working and what's not. It'll let you plan for what you're going to do in the future. It will keep you accountable, because you'll be thinking, I haven't been working on this. You'll be able to see exactly what you're working on. It'll reward you when you have been working on something and it is working, and ultimately it'll just give you a lot more motivation as well. So if you have enjoyed this lesson, click like below and spread the love about Scott's Bass Lessons. Make sure you go over to the website and sign up and get access to the backing tracks and the member free goodies, and just spread the love of bass. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the shed.